Yeah, I have pretty much enough for one more run, and that's it. If I don't mess this up. Load game. Delete. Yes. Save slot 2. Go. Okay, I'm shutting up. Bye. Hi there, Future Odd here to do a little commentary about my run because I went completely silent. I did not talk to chat at all this run except in the desert because I was so certain this was the end run. At the beginning there you saw that I completely forgot to skip the countdown, so that was my first mistake that made me go, oh dear god. Because that cost me, what, 2 seconds? Because usually I can finish this part at about 30-ish seconds. But as you can see, because of my little delay, I'm a couple seconds behind, and I'm like, oh, that's gonna cost me. Um, I kind of think that this part was rather mastered. My pathing, I spent at least, like, how I did this pathing was I repeated the same section over and over until I figured out the essential, excuse me, the essential uh, events, and then I would restart, and then I would do the run again and do every event possible to see, is it better to talk to Rulio and the brother at the same time, or is it better to go see the brother and then Rulio? In the end, I think I queued up Rulio and the brother at the same time, went to go talk to the brother, and then went to the luggage so that would be closer to the computer. I did not know about the PlayStation skip at this point, so I did not utilize that. Excuse me. My throat's still a bit rough. Um, but as for this, it was rather simple. The only thing that I had a problem with was the looping of dialogue that you're probably going to see a few times because I am just so trigger happy with my E and mouse 1. Here is pretty simple. It's just like, oh yes, it's Ratelios. So a lot of this here too was making sure that I clicked exactly when that pop-up came up, or exactly when E/mouse 1 popped up, so that I wouldn't spend any more time. So that's about all the commentary I have about this section. We'll go. I'll start up again when I hit Cosmos.
It's been a while since...
Okay, so let's see here. So here in Cosmos, the biggest thing for me was to clear the essential puffs of smoke and then run through. I didn't have to clear every bit of smoke, I just needed enough to go from point A to point B quickly. I also cleared the fork before I summoned, oh my god, what's her name? I forget the name. Gambi. I didn't know about the quest marker that postponed the pop-up. I was just thinking I was really fast with a fork. So that's pretty much what I like gambled on here. Um, the other thing is that when it came to Gambiara, I developed a skill, well, a skill, not a skill, but a tactic where I would hit say Gambiara, I would hit E, and I would quickly try to locate where the second item was with my mouse so that the second that the items popped up, I would already have crafted it. So it was just a matter of like where the items were, like locating things and then having a reactionary time to save myself extra seconds. Here I was ready to be hit with Cosmos, and then do the same thing where I just like cleared the bare minimum smoke, and then you'll see I'll do the Gambiara again. And then hit E when I could. So it's a lot of like making sure that I don't over spam so that there's a little delay in response. Oh, if you hear wind, it's very windy here today. But it's also, it's just a lot of timing that I had to learn. This dialogue I kept looping on accident, but I mastered it there, so I'm pretty happy. Shogasai, then we get Maori, and then we get Tierko. I didn't think to go down first. I don't know if there is inherently. Ah, no, there might have been. Because you still have to go the same distance. It's just the shorter, like the shorter distance to talk to the Viking. This is where I actually bugged the dialogue with Ali once. like once this cutscene happened, I didn't have any dialogue, so it wasn't as drastic as when Shreklog had hit their bug, but it was really embarrassing because I was trying to show Ali my speedrun, so we had to start over. When I showed it. Okay, so VegVCR is there, so we gotta go talk to Argel, and then oh yeah, I had my finger on E. I had my finger at the ready to get those dialogues.
Master Argel's.
Master Argel, and then we get the Tempio. One of the things that made me sad was I had to wait like what, maybe 2 or 3 seconds after Find Admin came up, so I was like getting ready to hit R. Like you can see me spamming right there. Alright, so Tempio. So I'm just gonna go through the way that I was thinking that this was the best because I practiced a while to try to find the Bashirs that were the most um efficient or efficient? Anyway, essentially my pathing here relied on trying to gather the words before I reached the garden, so once I cleaned the garden I could just transfer the words. In doing so, I had to collect the 4 words. I had to get vergüenza, I had to get joy, I had to get squeeze, and Hugo was already given by the gardener. The reason why is because vergüenza gives me ageotori, which I can give to the Japanese man who's right below the monks, who were joy to what was the joy? Mudita, I think it was. And then when it came to the dog girl, I know there's like a little animation, but in the long run, it was worth it because when I give her Gigil, I could just run right up to the temple. So that's also why I took the dog lady, because I could just do Hyuga, dog lady, temple. I'm not sure, I've heard that Hakuna Matata was a possibility, I just never thought to want to go all the way back up. But that is what I think Mr. Potato is testing to see if it is more efficient to do it that way. Excuse me. I haven't spoken. I don't have a script. I'm going off of what I'm watching. I made sure to clear those two. Mr. Potato had a really good strategy to start with the circle and end at the top. I didn't ever think of doing that. I don't know why. It's such a good idea. But the way I did end it was when I went up, I made sure to be around pixel perfect to where he would start going up instead of, because like if you are a little to the left to where he starts walking upwards towards the little monk kid, he goes right, corrects himself like that, and then he goes. So I tried to get as best as I could so that he didn't repath himself and waste more time. This is where I thought I screwed it up. I almost went to go talk to Hyuga before getting Hyuga. Like a dummy. And I was just like, oh my god. Because usually I'd be like here, I don't remember my average time for this area, but I definitely was like, that cost me seconds. That there also cost me seconds. This, I told you I raged. I was muted. I was not happy with taking Verloren. I did not want Verloren. I wanted joy. And I was so upset, but I'm so glad no one heard me because I was really hard on myself that entire run. Um, so yeah, as I was saying, we're doing Ageotori and we're getting Gigil. And then you'll see, I tried the pathing where I started with Yuge and Gigil, and then I would go to the monks and the Japanese man. But in the end, I just felt better running straight up instead of all the way to the right and then up. I think it was just better pathing it in terms of back and forth, if that makes any sense. Because if I had to do this, I'd have to do, if I did Hakuna Matata, even though she is very, what I think she lacks in animation delay, I think it makes up for in the pathing. Because and this is like unfounded theory, if I were to have done that and Hakuna Matata with Hyuga and these two, I'd have to go to these two, go all the way down to Hyuga, then go all the way up to Hakuna Matata. And I don't think that that is the most efficient way that I could have done it, but if there's an even better way, it would be so cool that to hear. Um, but that's my thought on the temple. I'll let it play out. Usually, oh, interesting. Usually I let the Gigil play out third, but I guess I just wanted to. My mind after I goofed off like, with the garden was just kind of like, it's free for all now. I'm doing what I want to do. In all my runs, I tried to get average 10 minutes for to get to the school. Any time I would get above 10 minutes, I would
I already
consider that
messed
a
it
lot.
up so bad, but I can't go back. Oh well. See if I can cut corners somewhere else.
Well, there we I forgot I spoke there.
Oh well.
I was accepting my fate, essentially. I was coping.
Lemon, look what you did.
Lemon, look what you did! Rex loved that part. It was so heartwarming. Every time we got to that part, he would just text it in chat. Okay, school. I think I've mastered the school, other than the fact that I did not know until that night of that, um,
Whoa.
to get chi, you just needed to clear the skeletons and then clear the guy at top. I was so convinced, like everyone else, that you had to clear the entire school, but to be fair, you reached the man at the top last, so by the time you had cleared the school, excuse me, and then cleared that, your mind is already like, oh, well, I've done it like this many of time, but in retrospect, I should have gone back to experiment, but I was impatient with having, oh no, I've messed that up, now I have to start over and then do another 10 minutes of playthrough. This is the first time I've done this pathing for the school, just to see if it changed anything that much, because usually I start entirely at the top and then go towards the bottom, but I don't know exactly why I did it that way this time around. I always primed the doctor's conversation first, but we'll see. I don't remember what I did for the school here. We'll have to watch. Geeky. Um, I al I always got bamboozled with this, like, hitting E by the foosball table because of the sport basket above it. I always accidentally triggered the sport basket. Ooh, one of the things I'm gonna mention. Oh, behind the scenes thing, every time I got a word, I would speak it aloud. I love doing that. It's just that I was muted, so I didn't want to distract myself with the chat. So that you'll see here, you'll see how like I completely looped my mouse around to make sure that I clicked on the proper items. Like, kind of like a hawk, just like eyeing its prey and then diving in for the kill. That's essentially what I did with all my Gambiaras. So here's a little tidbit for this one. Well, I think everyone figured it out, but I always made sure to put thumbtacks down right about when he's about to kick it, because I didn't want to loop the animation. If you loop the animation, that costs you so much time. So I was always trying to make sure that I put the thumbtacks right there exactly when he made that kick. Okay, let's see. Then we just do the lap. I always talk to her because I don't want to backtrack, because I end with Funken. I end with the engineer, like with the Bricoleur every time, so that I'm closest to the teacher. And like the doctor's always in what do you call it? In my path anyway, so I always just start with her dialogue and then I just move on. I do genuinely, oh yeah, this cutscene. I do genuinely wonder though how much quicker this would have been if I, first off, didn't make little mistakes at the beginning. Second off, scroll mapped like the enter key. That's what it would have been good. Let's see. One of the things I said on stream with Potato and that I mentioned to everyone else is the I wanted to mention it on record too. The first time I ever played this game, there's a carpet right below that red carpet there. I did not know that was a carpet during my first run. So the entirety of my first run of this game, I ran around the carpet to talk between the engineer and the lawyer. The only time I really knew it was a carpet was when the teacher appeared right there, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. So I wish I had streamed that, but I just like to tell that little story because it's really funny. Um, let's see. Let's see. Slab. And then we go back to talk to the monk, and then we head over to the cosmos, and then we will go to Sahara, and I think I will start my commentary again once we reach the desert.
Sophia. I can't do this anymore. I can't.
Sahra.
I was really proud of myself because I usually forget to hit my splits. No, you know what? I think I did forget to hit my split. Oopsies. Yeah, it was really hard to multitask that. Okay, so the desert. Okay, so the pathing that I had chosen is I started at the bottom. Reason being, theirs isn't too long. I always tried with the going like right, and I've tried different methods. I just found this one was more fluid for me. So after I got Biliaza, I went to the forest. By the time I got to her, nothing was spawned except her, so that would already trigger the darkness, and I would finish the darkness before the forest spawned. When I went to, so I basically did it clockwise from the bottom. When I reached the cherry blossoms, I tried to spawn the sailor as well, so that way, like, cause you know it takes a little bit of time to get the story spawned. Here I just had to make sure to not turn the camera more than 3 times. I just kind of like wish I had. Yeah, this run's over. Ugh. But oh my god, my god, my god, my god, my god. Forgot that there's a dialogue there because I messed up the beginning first off because I was talking on chat and whatnot. Forgot to skip the intro, so that cut into some seconds, and then I messed up majorly at the garden. I'm so sad. Oh well.
There, Odd, if only you knew.
I have to thank. Hello? Oh my goodness. Oh, and this too. Right, have to walk so far away from him.
Someday.
I don't know. But oh well, it was fun.
Oh, Odd.
We still got this. We still got this. It's just I have to find a way to cut corners because I messed up so bad at the beginning. I have to thank Moon and Rex though for keeping my spirits up. I still played through it to see what I could do, but Moon and Rex, you'll see in the chat, are going, you still got this. There's still a run. Let's go, because okay, I'm going to go back to mute after I talk to this lady. Right. Okay, so I should be quiet until the end now, from my memory. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so at this point, like at 18 minutes, I was beyond the threshold of being able to try a new run, so that's why I was kind of accepting that I didn't get the goal time I wanted, but I just wanted to get to the theater before 20 minutes. As for the pathing for this, the only thing I remember, like, cause this one I just kind of like went with what I thought naturally. The only thing that I wanted to remember to do for this part is for the people on the left, I wanted to always start with the second word. Because when it comes to the final 2 parts, it would be just easier to spam Beliasa than the Kintsugi one. Pardon if I butchered the words. But essentially, yeah. So like when I go back to her, I can just like just spam that, right? So, let's see. So I managed to collect all 3 items. I didn't prime the did I prime it? Huh. Interesting. I guess I primed the popcorn maker. Bravo. So the way that I would sped through this is I had to like, because I spam click through the dialogue, which is 1 line long, I have to take note of one word he says. It like VACR, popcorn, soda, and then my mind has to plug in where the item is that corresponds to that prompts, and that's how I got through that quickly. Then we just sit here and we watch him go up into the heavens and hit the theater. So see you at the theater.
Huh?
Okay, so I think I mastered the theater. I did the same thing I did in the Cosmos and Temple, where I only cleared the fog I needed to clear. So there's going to be a lot of, because I learned that I don't need to clear all the fog to get Guang in this room. I did do a couple runs where I cleared this entire room before getting Guang, but then one day I tried it without doing it all, but it was just the dressing room that I had to clear to get Guang. Here, so I just cleared my necessities. I got the watering can, I got the coffee, paths myself up to Rulio. I go down, get the water, go back up and give him, oh my god, I don't remember the word. It's the promise word. So I just kind of like, I think I mastered the theater, and this is where I saved a lot of time. I do have one thing though, is like, I didn't like the part where you thought you were done, and then he's just like, lol, just kidding, you have to go build um, a time machine with the cuckoo clock and the sandbag. Oh yeah, I did that part always irked me about this one, but it is what it is. So we go back and we speak to him. What was that verse? I don't want to try to pronounce that. Okay. What was that noise? So now I just head directly to the dark dressing room, clear the entire room as quickly as I can, and ideally it would have been. So Potato had a really good idea to clean the last spark when you left, but it's one of those things where I don't know how much time you inherently save by doing that, I suppose, because you still have to go up, collect the trash, and then go down the same pathing. But that's to test. Here we do Guang. I already go and I trigger the light. And instead of doing the light, I actually loop myself downwards because I already know I have to clear space for the ropes. So I get the fog machine, the fog machine installed because that's the excuse me, that's the thing that takes the least amount of time. And I go up, push the light, skip through all the dialogue, go down, Gambiara, trigger the tree growth. And then you'll see me like scan, click, done. If there was any time that I accidentally spam clicked and messed up my Gambiara, that would have ruined the run. I feel. And then here I had to make sure that I skipped at the what could this mean? Let's see. And then here it's like, you just, oh, oops, I hit a corner. My bad. So we go down. Okay, there we go. We clear all this to get that Dadiri, I think it is. And then you get the box cutter and the clock. Okay, so onwards we just have to go through the path I had made prior to get from the to the fog machine, so that helped out a lot. One of the things I also think I'm trying to think if I remember if I went down the left or the right. Yeah, I went down this way. I think it saved the time of doing that little loop around. I'm not sure. But, let's see. And then we just do the filmmaker, get the future, and we head out to the Borealis. So I think, because I don't think I made any mistakes from here on out. So I will be back at Borealis.
Filmmaker.
Okay, well, here we go. Oh yeah, this is when I realized that I goofed the splits, but I don't think that like you said, the splits don't count. The final time does. I just felt bad that I wasn't able to calculate how long each section took. Hmm. Yeah, this one wasn't too bad.
Borealis.
Okay, so the Borealis was pretty fast. It was like a matter of spam clicking, skipping when you had to skip, starting your run when the volcano erupted or like kaboomed. To quote Moon. Um. So yeah, my pathing was this guy, the bottom right lady, and then the left gentleman. I tried different methods. I don't know why I stuck with this one. I think it was just like how I felt more comfortable because I was using mouse and keyboard clearly, right? So it was just how I felt more comfortable, like going like SD, like hitting the SD, going down, then going around, and then it's just a straight shot up. Ooh, a candy cane. I wonder, like, I have to go back and read what they say because there are different symbols, and I just kind of feel bad that I didn't take the time to read them. We shall see though. So there we go, we talk to the final dude, we trigger the volcano, we go speak to the missus, then we go to the ruins. Like, so it's like a lot of just like making sure that I don't slip up, especially because I'm like, oh my gosh, at this point, if I can get into the volcano before 29 minutes, I've already beaten my previous record because I average about 29 minutes to just enter the volcano. Like that's including like the little transition into canceling the trip. Um, so if I could have gone through that before, it would that already meant that I had to be like pixel perfect for the rest of the run, but it's very linear from there. So there's not really anything you can make a mistake on except maybe like you know, hitting walls and stuff, but otherwise it's nothing like pathing wise, you know. Excuse me. This was the part that scared me the most because I'm not good at gauging depth when it comes to like pixel games. So I was like, what if I missed this pillar, you know? I missed that pillar a few times, a couple of times, because I would never knew exactly where the collision was. I'd either go behind or in front of it. But I did it. I did it that time, and I was like, yes! Celebrating in the back. Okay, then it's just a straight shot up. That's about it. Every time I climb up this, I always imagine the little collision squares, kind of like in Unity, just kind of like, where are they? The little green lines and all that. Here, I already knew that I had broken my previous record to getting to the volcano by like 15 seconds. And 15 seconds counted a lot in the long run because it was exactly 15 seconds that I beat my previous record actually because I think my last record was 35:36 and this one was 35:11. So that wherever I cut corners between the temple and the volcano was exactly what I needed. So here, I learned, okay, no, actually, is it here yet? So here I learned it was talk to Rulio, talk to brother, talk to parents, get childhood. Generally, if I know that I get interrupted with a dialogue in the middle of running, I already have my E key. Like, if I'm hitting, like, the W and D, my ring finger is on E. Like, it's ready. It's at the ready. Kind of like, you know, like a piano. You have to have, like, your little dexterity, the finger dexterity. Like sometimes, like it's not every time I hit E is it my index. A lot of it, sometimes it's my middle, sometimes it's my ring. It really depends on what keys I'm pressing prior. So I have to thank my little piano training from like way back when for that. So here, like for instance, yeah, I'm clicking that. Well, it's different when it's left. Like, anyway, sorry, I digress. So here I had to go make the hot chocolate, and I learned you can get really close to him without triggering the little ellipses. I did miss a few times where he did like hit me with a little mini dialogue, but for the most part, I was pretty slick with it. Like I would go up, around, and then you can just sneak through just like that. Skip that, and then every time I see the Asmil method, I mean to Google that. I gotta go Google that. Sorry. My thoughts are taking over. I don't have a script. I'm just narrating what I see. Here I learned that I can talk to the parents before I talk to the brother, because if I talk to the brother, then talk to the parents, and then the brother again, I go through this entire dialogue twice. And then we go up. So I learned a bit better pathing on this side. It's just they have to walk faster. Okay. So blah da 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 da. There we go. Okay, and then I would just click on the present, escape, and then meet the Viking. Oh my gosh, I do remember like just kind of going, I still got this to go through, I gotta still become a little, no, have this to go through, I have to cut down the tree, have to give the book back, have to leave the house, and then I have to do the walk back up again. I don't know if there's actually I'll save that commentary for when I get to the conclusion walk, but this is where we're at right now. But the cutscene after this is like the fastest thing in the world. Like it's just escape, journal moves, escape, morta, escape, then you're back, pretty much. So it's fine. This was really fast. The journal.
The journal.
So yeah, here it's just like pathing, making sure you're going the same direction that you went towards the trunk. Let's see. I still don't know how I cut corners enough to save myself 15 seconds from my last run. I still think I could have done better if I didn't make the errors at the beginning. I would have been very happy, but I'm still happy with my result. Like truly, my heart of hearts, still happy with my result. I'm just wondering how much time I could have shaved off if I didn't goof 3 times before school. So here we go, like for instance here, like I had my finger ready on E the entire time I had my finger on W. Excuse me. And then I had to make sure that I remembered, like, because I have to approach Rulio here. But like I saw the timer and I'm just like, if I can get outside this door before 34 minutes, it's good. We're good. It's a win. I will stop talking soon because I do know once I get to the ice spot again, excuse me, I start talking because I'm breathing heavily. Like my heart's pounding at this point. I'm like, did I do it? I did it. And then we raided Potato at the end. So I was in the end, like, I was really happy with this run. I feel bad about the way you can see my panic. I was really happy with the run though. I'm very glad that I pushed through. I still have to thank Rex and Moon for being the moral supports. But I will stop talking here and then I'll leave my final thoughts after I get the run done. I'm shaking, I'm shaking, you have no clue. Come on, I can get it, it's possible. Please. I'm like, my heart is pounding, oh my gosh.
How was the walk, my dear?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Feet. The trees.
Guys.
Guys. Oh my god. Oh my god. And what's crazy is oh my god. The amount of mistakes I made in that mat. Oh my god. I really hope that that the time was like. Oh my god. GG. Oh my god. Does this count? Do you think this counts? Does it count? Please tell me it counts. I'm gonna cry if it doesn't count. It's still the time. The game will no longer be running in 3 minutes. I think I did it. This is my submission run. This is my best, my personal best. Welcome, Ren, with the raid. Thank you so much. Much love to you. I'm shaking. Oh, this is my submission. This is my submission. Oh my god. I did it, guys. I did it. I really hope that I did. GG's. Oh my gosh. Thank you all for being there while this happened. I hope that. Oh my god. I really hope that I didn't make any mistakes in terms of the starting, but I think that no, even if I did make a starting error, that it doesn't add more than 5 seconds to the roster, and I think that that's what I'm satisfied with. And oh, thanks, Rexy. Thank you so much. Okay, well, so I don't get crucified, I'm going to play it fair here. I'm going to screenshot it and add it to my thing. I'm going to, I don't know, Leon, do you know how to submit this to Potato? Because I'm going to quit here so that I'm no longer running Master Lemon. I'm going to go put this in my little fancy schmancy graphics here, the Excel sheet. Oh, I'm shaking. I'm shaking. My heart's beating. I was so scared. I made crucial mistakes in the temple, which I thought cost me my run. I'm not sure. Oh my god. Okay, so for those of you who are just popping in, here is the summary of today. Just send your time in plain text to Potato. He'll run retire. Okay. Alright, my final run. Okay, I'm going to send just to Potato himself. I'm shaking, I'm shaking. Let me see. I'm going to send it to Potato right now. I'm going to... You guys help me so much. Okay, here, so just submit the time in plain text to Potato. I don't need to send a screenshot. Okay. Oh shoot, the timer started. Well, I'm gonna paste it here so I have it in. I'm gonna send it to Rex for reference in case I lose it because I don't want to lose it. Do I have VODs? I do have VODs on. I do. Submission is this, my final run of the stream. It didn't go through beyond 19. Leon can attest to this. Okay. I wish I had the time on my thing, but Leon, I'm putting putting you in the hot seat to attest that I didn't play beyond 7 o'clock. All of us too. Yeah, but you guys are biased. No offense. Leon being an actual participant. Oh, you guys might have. Okay. We all attest. In a voice? I don't see a voice. I don't see the voice chat, I fear. I might not have the permissions. Let me close this live split though, it's in my way. I do want to save that. But yeah, in case there's any biased doubt, Miss Leon can triple attest. Oh my god, I was so scared that I missed that so bad. I almost gave up because there was a part in the garden where I left instead of saying chill, and then I freaking grew Verloren, even though I didn't need Verloren, and I was like, ugh, no, that cost me everything. I don't know where I cut corners to make that better, but actually, you know what? I'm gonna put that speed timer back up because my freaking stream looks so naked without it. There we go. Um, you guys are in a chat. Yeah, I fear I'm not in that chat. Um, if I do go into the chat, do you guys consent to being not recorded, but like on VOD? Oh, oh my God. I'm Oh, you have to go? No worries. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. You've been witnessing peak. It was so much fun. And Mr. Potato in a half an hour will announce the winners and stuff like that. But we will see how this goes. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. I am there, no? I don't know how to join. I feel dumb. I'll tell you the result. I'll make an announcement in the server. But thank you all so much for hanging out and supporting me through my turmoil. Oh my God. My brain. My brain. Will it help? Okay, voice chats. I don't see it. I don't see it. Um, should I stay on stream for the final thing and then we can go watch Potato? Or should I just end stream there? It's up to you guys. I'm not going to force anyone to stay. And, oh, mercy. I think maybe I'll end stream there. And then I'll talk to Potato. I think he's streaming too, so it'll be on his stream anyway. So I'm going to raid Potato is what I'm going to do. Um, because he's going to be, gosh, I gotta type their name right. Stupid Potato, heck you and your leech. There we go. We're gonna raid Stupid Potato. Yes? Not off? Not off? What? No, what's not off? Oh! You guys are goofy. Okay, I'm gonna raid Potato and I'm gonna join him in the voice chat so that there's not too many conflicts happening. And then he'll make the big announcement. So,